What's going on, guys? Gomes here, back again on another MLB The Show 20 Diamond Dynasty video. If you guys did not know, the July Player of the Month program comes out this week. It's Sunday. This week on Thursday, it's going to be dropping. The most fantastic time of the month to really make stubs. Really great investing opportunity. So we're going to talk about that, how you guys can make a bunch of stubs off of the July Player of the Month program that's going to be dropping on Thursday. And before we do, as always, make sure to leave a like down below on this video. Definitely does help me out a bunch. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Slowly making our way towards 50,000. I know we can do it by the end of this year. And yeah, one more quick break for today's sponsor. A lot of y'all, like me, probably collected baseball or other sports trading cards as a kid, or maybe you still do. TopSpun is a really cool app that has you collect and trade virtual baseball cards of your favorite players and teams. Currently in the app, we have the brand new collection for Gypsy Queen featuring an enormous array of brand new and exciting cards to collect. You guys can see me opening some packs right here. I got a couple big pulls that I am happy about. You guys can go ahead and rip your own packs right now. They are out, and try and get some brand new cards to finish off the exclusive set rewards for Gypsy Queen. Each day, new missions are available, offering opportunities to get free coins. Every 2 hours, you're able to get free 2,000 coins and an additional mystery box featuring, well, free cards. There's also the crafting feature, which allows you to take some lower level cards and exchange them for some higher tier, better cards. And even right now, there's something that's going to help you alongside your Gypsy Queen collections. But trading is where TopSpun really gets fun. If you're struggling to pull those last couple cards you need to finish off a set, or if you specifically want to collect, I don't know, the Rays would be a good team to collect, you can do that. You can offer up your own cards to tons of other TopSpun users in a trade and get those cards. I personally love TopSpun because, well, I'm a baseball fan at heart, and also it offers a new variety of cards every day, it seems, and it's all in one place, it's all concise, it's really awesome. If y'all are interested in starting out your own virtual baseball card collection, make sure and download TopSpun. The link will be down below in the description as well in the pinned comments. And y'all can find and add me on TopSpun at GomesDL. Offer a trade, I'm always open for suggestions. There's a lot of new Rays cards of the Gypsy Queen collection that I definitely have my eye on. Thank you again to TopSpun for sponsoring this video. And now we can go ahead and dive right in deep into this one. So with the Player of the Month programs, what we're always looking for, how we're making stubs off of it, is of course the exchanges. Most intellectual people, maybe it's not the most intellectual stub wise, well, it only cost a couple thousand. I think your pockets can handle it. It is really, you know, adds up right to the moments and the exchanges to get a stage done for the POTM program. So most people just opt for that. And where the investment comes in is, of course, trying to think objectively who these cards are going to be and trying to invest in those positions, because they always go like this. You're going to exchange having the team and the position. Mostly, I recommend the position. You can do team if you really want to, but most times the position is just going to be much easier and much more simple to think about. So I guess we can just go ahead with this and start talking about, first of all, the card that you're really going to want to get is always going to be golds. I think that's truthfully one of the best things to put your stock into, put your investments into, because it's going to go up for the most. Those always have the highest turnaround. For example, let's go ahead and look at second baseman. Once we saw the last one, the exchanges, and let's just take a look at Ozzy Albies. You can kind of see it. It came out on the 10th, I want to say. That's when the July POTM program came out, so it's not even a full description, but you can see even at that point this card was going for 3.6, close to 4,000 stubs, and it was going for much higher, above 5,000 once it was released. So there's just a ton of stubs that you have an opportunity to make, and let's go ahead and start talking about it. So this is really what you have here. There are a lot of positions, there are a lot of options, because they just blew open the dam, baby. They just made everything diamonds in MLB 19, so there is a plentiful more options really to go off of, and there is relief pitchers, there's 4 of them, 3 possible. Starting pitchers, 2 of them, 1 possible. A second baseman, a first baseman, 2 catchers, a center fielder, 3 left fielders. There's a lot to go off of. Starting with the first position at the starting pitcher, Aaron Nola, I don't consider possible. 92 in MLB 17. The only way Aaron Nola would get a better card is if he was the Lightning Diamond. He's not. He already has an 88 team affinity. It would make 0 sense to make him like a 90, 91 overall. There obviously wouldn't do that. The only possible starting pitcher is objectively Mike Clevenger, who, you have to think about it, has never gotten a card before. And this is also a track record that I've noticed. In April, we got a starting pitcher. In May, we got both a starting pitcher and reliever. Last month, we got a starting pitcher, just 1 pitcher. This month, you would think we're probably going to get a reliever, especially considering how many options. Besides this loser, he who shall not be named, pedophile, Rivero, we have Tommy Canley, we have Seth Lugo, we have Edwin Diaz, and those are 4 technically, but obviously this one is not even an option. They don't even look his direction. The only time people are looking at him is looking to see if he's still in his cell, or where he should be, damn it. So 3 reliever possibilities, a lot of them high overalls, which of course this is also something I've noticed the last time, and they are generally tuning up overalls as we go. 85, 87, 89, 92. You would think we're going to need the high overall somewhere. Relievers, I'm going to say, is a lock. So I definitely would invest in relievers. You can go closers or relief pitchers. I'm pretty sure it does not matter. I'm entirely positive it does not matter, actually. Well, they are all closing pitchers, so get closing pitchers. It's just going to be the easiest way that way. And they're going for really cheap right now. 1.2 for an 83 overall. They're going to go up a bunch, and there's a ton of stub making opportunity right there. So relievers, I think, is most likely out of any position that we're going to talk about. The catcher spot, this is a bit of an interesting one. So we have 88 Darno from last year, and then we have 85 Yasmani Grandal from, of course, MLB 18. This is also something. They are much more likely to give out these cards, and yes, it's most likely because they typically give these cards to more so underrated guys, ones who are bronzes or silvers in the live series of that game, and just have a really standout month. They don't really give, they don't give it like an 89 overall to somebody who already has an 87 overall. That would be redundant. It wouldn't make sense. So that is something to go off of. Yasmani Grandal already has an 82. Yes, they could upgrade this card, but would they really make him an 87? And I don't think they would obviously make him like a 93 from an 85. So I don't think really Grandal is something to talk about. And then Darno, although I do love my Rays, you guys know that, we did just get a catcher at the opening spot last time. So in my opinion, I don't think catchers are the most likely thing that's going to happen, and I think you guys are going to realize that as we move on and start talking about some other positions. So catcher, while it does have 2 opportunities, the Grandal's too low in overall. I don't think they would give it like, you know, again, like a +8 to really warrant them giving another Grandal on top of the 82 live series. So I don't think catcher is going to happen. First base, this is where it gets interesting, where there is just one guy. There's just one opportunity for this to hit. That's Danny Santana right here. Yes, he could play everywhere short of catcher and the bat boy, although I'm sure he is versatile. If you ask him nicely, he can probably do that as well. He is coming in hot as a first baseman, so I do kind of think first baseman is going to happen, and here's why. Danny Santana really never gets cards. There's no reason that Santana wouldn't get a card, and whereas I'm talking about with Clevenger, he's had multiple good years. He is currently a great player. It's arguable if he could be up for a diamond, and with the season likely happening, I think it's gonna happen. I think it might not. Who really knows at this point? It's supposed to be on. Games is supposed to play in about 2 weeks. He has a very high probability of going diamond, whereas Danny Santana, unless they repeat finest this year, which is unlikely that it's gonna happen based off of many reasons. Again, if we have a season, I don't think they're just going to repeat all finest. Danny Santana, this was a nice little card, and they seem to like to fit in these versatile guys like Danny Santana, somebody who can play a lot of spots, and I think that would be a great spot to put him. So I think first base is another position that you guys probably can invest in. Of course, I'm not as confident in that as I am with the relief pitchers, or the closing pitchers rather, because that is just so prevalent, but first base is another pretty decent opportunity. They're going for more, but you can still make a fat chunk of change if you guys do that. Moving on to the next one. Second base, Jonathan Schoop. This is, again, one position. There's one guy in this opportunity, and he's already got a card based off this year. Now, I put him in my prediction video. Thinking about it more, I really don't know if this makes sense. He has an 83 overall card. Yes, I think a lot of people would enjoy seeing like a, like an 88 something Jonathan Schoop card, but the Schoop came out relatively recently. I want to say it was in like the third inning program as a free card. That kind of makes me think it's a little bit unlikely that we are going to see him. He must have been the second inning, so I just don't think that's really going to happen. I don't think you guys should be investing in second base, especially since, again, it is just a one spot, and Schoop could get a better card sometime else, and he already has, a gold card. Moving on to left field. This is where it gets juicy, because I recommend both left field and center field, and that kind of rounds it up. There's 3 left fielders as possibilities, and if you guys have noticed, the positions that I said I think are going to happen, the closers, these are all true overalls, because this is with the new rating scale, 90, 91, and 89. Those are going to be kind of high. We need somebody to start, we need somebody to open the restaurant, we need somebody to start out the gates up and running with the card nobody's going to use. So it's got to be somebody like this, Alex Dickerson, Corey Dickerson, both the big dicks, the twin dicks, Chris Taylor as well. There is really 3 options. And yes, he is a gold. Zunino went from gold to diamond last time. I think it's definitely possible. So I think left field is almost a lock, in center field. In my opinion, this would make sense. Yes, Clevenger is really the only one that could throw this off balance due to overalls. But being a 91, I think this would be a great card to cap things off at. Or maybe if they do one of the relievers at the end, maybe they make a 93, 94 Edwin Diaz. This would be a second to best card in the stage 3. So I think that's how it's going to work. I think those outfielder spots are definitely going to be valuable, because there hasn't been a single outfielder primary position this entire time. Not even the Lightning Diamonds. This is a first base Bellinger. Not a single outfielder primary in, what is it, 4 or 5, 15 cards. It is obviously about due time. So in summary, what I think you guys should do, closing pitchers, I think is a definitive one you should be looking at. Left field is also a really high chance, and these aren't going for all that much. 1.3 for Gallo. Start putting in buy orders, get these cards, and then sell them off once it comes Thursday. Center field, I think, is pretty likely, and first base, I think, is kind of likely as well. That's what I'm thinking right now. I have a ton of stubs that I'm going to be investing in. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know your predictions for the July Player of the Month program. And it should be really exciting. Let me know who you guys want to see, Paxton, Gurriel, or Carpenter. We'll talk about that a little bit more in the next couple of days. And I'm sure they'll have reviews. We'll talk about it on the channel. We'll keep you all updated. If you guys did enjoy this one, make sure to leave a like down below. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. There goes out. Yeets.